So the map is Rambling Range. Here are the settings. I'm playing as Sedge against Valder. Valder is going first, I'm going second. So the main goal, I think, is to control the center and then move through one of the sides to the opponent's base. So one big trap is to capture the air tower on the first turn. It's not a good idea because you can't build anything out of the tower and it doesn't give you income. So it's always better to focus on the towns first and then capture the air tower once you have enough income. So here I moved my soldiers down to capture the buildings because you won't want to lose gold from them. So I decided to move my commander to the left to capture mainly the barracks, because after you capture the barracks, you could produce soldiers to capture more buildings. So here, continuing with the plan, going to the center and then capturing the buildings. So it's always better to capture the enemy side's building first, because they have to waste resources just to bring them down to neutral, and then waste one more turn to capture the building back. So here I build a dog, because we're playing with fog and vision is really important, and you don't want to start building dogs later in the game because you want to build better units like the knight. So here I could move down with the soldier, or I could move to the left. So I think on the far left is more important, so I move there first. So I captured the air tower, and I move my units closer to the center. So every turn you should try to make a unit on every barracks. So here I make a wagon, because the map is very large and it's really important to control the center. So it's really nice to bring your units to the center faster. So on my opponent's turn, I saw the wagon, and my first thought was that I couldn't contest the bottom right as fast, but then it turns out that I could still contest. So here I make a small mistake. I could have captured on the bottom tile instead of the right tile. It would have saved me a movement to go down, but it didn't really matter. So my opponent had the same idea, trying to get the bases on the opponent's side first. Because I saw the skeleton, I could contest on the right side because I could match his movement with my movement. I moved my wagon up because I decided to build a balloon to transport the soldier instead. So there was a pikeman before, so I built another pikeman so that I could crit with the pikemans if they're together. So what I wanted to do with the balloon is to transport the soldier on the left to capture the air tower. Didn't want to have my commander go there because it needed to contest the middle left. So my opponent made a mistake. Should have captured the middle building instead of the side building. So here I move with the dog first because it could see through the forest and the mountains, so I could see if it's safe or not to advance. Wagons can't pass through forest, that's why it has to go around. It's always better to put your units on mountains or forests instead of roads, because roads don't offer bonus defense. So there I saw his commander. His groove is already charged because it's the fastest in the game. So here I build a harpy, I think. Nope. Okay, so I do build a harpy. So the harpy is really useful on this map because the map is big and it has a lot of mountains. So the harpy can crit really easily. he uses his groove. It's not very scary because it can't hit anything. So he's just captured the building. Okay, he sent in his wagon, but I don't think he had vision. So I'm pretty sure he was pretty surprised about how much stuff there is. Max health commanders bring down half HP buildings every single time. So you don't have to attack with the soldier and then with the commander. So it's commander first, and then the soldier can capture afterwards. Here I had the option to attack the skeleton with the soldier, but it's always better to capture the buildings instead of killing one soldier. I attacked with the dog first because I wanted my pikemen to be healthy. Yeah, I made the same mistake as my opponent. I should have captured the middle one first before going to the side. There I could have blocked the wagon from going to the left. But I think loading the units and getting them into front is better. So here I think I made a small mistake too. The wagon could have been one tile above, and the soldier would have still loaded into the wagon. So here I was pretty scared with what he was building because I've only seen soldiers and his commander right now. So he could have been going for air or a lot of archers or ballista. So my opponent decided to advance in the center instead of going through the sides, which was fine, I guess. He didn't have risk into going to center because I didn't have any units, so he could have been aggressive. So here, capturing all the buildings I can. There I spotted a harpy. So right now, I don't have any anti-air. The only thing I have is the harpy, which is also risky because I just lose if he attacks first. So I decide to retreat because I've already captured the buildings, and the buildings are gonna take a while for them to be captured back. Here I wanted to avoid the line of sight, but then I forgot that there was a dog in the middle forest. So he spotted my harpy anyway. So here, I could have unloaded the soldier into the forest, but I wanted some of the units to take the bait. Either the commander, or the soldier, or the dog. The soldier is good because he wouldn't be focused on capturing. The dog is good because he will lose vision. And the commander is good because he'll be scared away by the harpy. So capture the air tower. So the balloon is really useful here because he has to get anti-air to get rid of it. And most of the time, you wouldn't want to just attack a balloon. So I move my units forward. The balloon can hold up to 2 ground units. It's really easy to forget, but it's a really useful mechanic. Oh, I made a mistake there too. I could have had the balloon on the right tile, and the pikeman could still load into the balloon. So there I got an archer because of the harpy. I also could have gotten a mage, because on this map, the mage can crit really easily. There's a lot of mountains and there's a lot of forests. So normally, harpies could bring down a half HP building. But then there's the 5% luck mechanic, which you could do 5% more, up to 5% more, or up to 5% less. So he got unlucky there. So he didn't bring down my building. So he built a mage himself. Kind of messed up with the mage because he didn't see my soldier before. And now my soldier can attack the mage, which is a really good trade for me because the soldier will get a lot of value in terms of gold. So he took the bait. The commander attacked the soldier. Also attacked the wagon. The wagon's surprisingly tanky. Doesn't die to many things in one hit. So there I couldn't pass through the middle forest because there was a dog there. Soldiers cannot bring down half HP buildings, so it's fine to leave it alone. If he does attack the building, it'll take a few turns and he'll take damage, but then I could just have a standby soldier and recapture the building. So here I decide to move closer to the commander, enemy's commander. There I was counting 6 tiles to get a crit on the commander. I wasn't so sure if there was anti-air because he built a mage on the right side. I was scared that there was an anti-air on the left side too. So I wanted to scout with the wagon and then bring in the harpy. So this way I wouldn't lose my harpy. Don't do that. There I could have critted instead of taking damage on my spearman. So I attack with the soldier. So here I could have attacked the soldier or the commander. So I decided to get rid of the soldier first because after the soldier died, my opponent can't capture my center buildings. Oh, there. I could have loaded my other soldier into the balloon. I forgot that you could load 2 units into the balloon. So I bring my archer closer to the harpy. So here, a lot of people would build a trebuchet, but then I feel like that's too much risk. Because right now, I don't know how much air he built. So I think I ended up building a ballista. Okay, well I built a dog too, and a spearman. My dog was out in the front, so I was scared of losing it. So when you build range units, you should always build dogs, because if you don't have vision, they become way less effective. So that's a second groove, and I still haven't used mine yet. So commander who attack charges faster because they get energy if they attack. So my commander hasn't attacked anything yet, so it charges really slow. So he got scared off with his dog. Kills my wagon. So right now I want to punish his commander for being so forward and without any backup. So it's raining right now, so the display for the range is 1 unit shorter, but next turn it'll be sunny. So the ballista will regain that one range. So harpies crit on mountains. There I could have went for the horse, the knight on the bottom, but I wanted to chip away at the commander's health instead, because I felt like he would have a really hard time getting away. Load my commander into the balloon, and I could have loaded another unit, but I forgot. Balloons can take up 2 units. It had the soldier going to the left, because if his soldier brings down the building to neutral, I could capture it back. So right now the plan is to KO the commander. It's a lot of units at the bottom, but most of them cannot reach. So there, because the town was low health, I wanted to bring it down. Didn't have to capture it, I just wanted to at least have it as neutral. So there, I decided to attack the mage with the dog, and then attack the building with my spearman. There, I didn't want to leave the force because my opponent would see my pikemen. I didn't build a witch there because I felt like having the ballista already covers a lot of the air unit's threat. So I didn't need another air unit that only counters air unit. Harpy's still really useful on this map, so I think that was the better buy. So now the opponent can't see the ballista because there's a mechanic. So mountains block line of sight. So even though the ballista is really close to the commander can't actually see the ballista. So my opponent decided to attack the dog. I mean, it's free damage. He captures the building, the neutral building. And then he moved some units on the left, trying to contest the left side. It's not a bad plan, but then I already had units there to deal with it. So right now, he really wants his commander to go to the nearest town to heal up, because right now it's a really big threat. Yeah, he moved away. I think he made a mistake there. He could have used his soldier to block the path. I think he did that because he didn't know that I had a pikeman in the forest. So if he did know that my pikeman was in the forest, I don't think he would have brought his knight so close to the pikeman. So after this, it's my turn. Here I did deal with the threat on the left, but at the end it didn't really matter. So when you attack, It's always better to attack from the forest or from the mountain because you take less damage. It's always good for you. So my ballista can hit a lot of units, but I decided to not hit the knight and let other units hit the knight instead. I didn't use the knight to hit the other knight because I wanted to get a critical hit with the knight. So my original plan was just to stop the commander to get to the town. But then I just ended up KOing his commander because I had enough damage. So my opponent made a really bad mistake in the beginning where he moved his commander up without any backup. Got punished and I won the game.